Weather conditions have had a negative impact on the market of gardening and groundskeeping machinery and equipment. Exceptionally high temperatures in 2017 and a steep reduction of rain limited the vegetation of plants to lower the demand for machinery and return the sector to 2016 levels. Following this trend, sales declined in the first quarter of 2018. Data on this sector were made public in Milan last May 4th during a press conference.
We are here to make a summary, basically the summary of how the business has gone in the 2017, and it was a good year. Let's say for the sales in Italy, we are as a producer we are happy. If we consider the adverse circumstances, because let's say 2017 was a year with a very dry and hot climate. And this is an adverse situation to sell garden machinery. For the flowers, for the grass is not positive. No matter this, thanks to a trend in Europe of recovery of the general economy. GDP is growing in Europe after crisis. Also Italy is growing. We have, let's say, tangible element of positive trend. The two elements, they offset each other, and we are happy of have, let's say, 2017 at the same level of 16 in the given circumstances.
At a meeting set up by the FederUnacoma and the Italian Wine Union held last June 21st in Fabbrico in the Reggio Emilia province to coincide with the Enovitis in Campo, the technical problems involved in equipping specialist vineyard and fruit orchard tractor engines with devices for the treatment of exhaust emissions were underscored. Modifying these machines to make them larger would mean compromising their performance and require impossible changes to the distancing of plants to widen the rows. A request for an amendment to the specific regulations for this sector is now being prepared.
On Thursday, the 21st of June, last week, we met the press at the Enovitis 2018 event in Fabbrico, and FederUnacoma made it clear that we are going to face a very difficult situation for the installation of the engine, stage 5 engines, on tractors with cantilever engines. These kind of tractors are a particular kind of specialized machines that are produced by Italian manufacturer mostly, and on that occasion we made it clear that installing stage 5 after treatment is not possible for our machines. That's why we turned to CIMA, the European Association of Agricultural Machinery Manufacturer, and they guaranteed us their support in order to get an amendment to the relevant legislation, the so-called mother regulation that is in place by the 1st of January 2018, and very soon we will involve the Parliament and the Council to agree on our proposal to amend the relevant legislation in order to give this kind of tractor a special derogation while facing stage 5.
The annual FederUnacoma Assembly was held in Bologna June 26th after a press conference led by Alessandro Malavolti, the Federation President, for the presentation of data on the market trend and the principal new features planned for EIMA International, scheduled for next November 7th to 11th in Bologna.
Today for us is quite important day because we have the General Assembly of our association. It's quite important because, first of all, we just make a balance of the year 2017. That was a very good year for us, both for Italy, Europe and worldwide as exportation. And also the beginning of 2018 was not so bad. For Italian market was not so positive due to several effects, especially the mother regulation that entered into appliance the 1st of January. But generally speaking, the market was good. During the assembly of today, we have the very important moment for our association. It is the election of the General Board. That for us is the principal moment of our internal democracy. In the late afternoon, we have a very important moment for us that we start to build our manifesto for the political of agriculture in Italy and in Europe. We have some important engineer and some important professor of the university regarding agriculture and some important politician, Onorevole De Castro. Together we start to build our agenda for the politician both in Italy and in Europe.
Today we are here in FICO, the Italian fabric of agricultural specialities, and we have in this location our assembly. I think it's very important to be here to touch, to have the feel that we are in a very high level quality of all kind of products. There are the excellency of Italian production, and is more or less the same that we have in agricultural machinery producer. In this location we can have the sensation, the feeling that all the sectors are compenetrated, are together in a very high chain, very large and very important high level of quality.
MEP Paolo De Castro, the first Vice President of the Agriculture and Rural Development Committee, took part in the press conference and afternoon assembly.
Well, we have just started now. We have the proposal on the table of the Council and the table of the Agricultural Committee in the European Parliament, but the time is long. There is no chance to approve anything in this ending legislature. We have just starting now. We have to choose the new rapporteur in the month of July. In September, October, we start with the hearings. So we don't expect to have any vote in plenary. Maybe, probably we have a vote only in committee, but it's in the end of the next commissioner, in the end of the next parliament. And then we will decide if this proposal will continue to work, or maybe the other commissioner can change and make another proposal on the table. So it's important to discuss, but this is not the time to approve, because there is not enough time until the end of this legislature to approve anything. Of course, the agricultural common policy is an important policy because it supports an average of 25% of the income in the Italian situation. Of course, this 25% means that there are some farmers that they have more than 40% of their income by this policy, other is less than 10%. But the average is 25%, so it's very important to maintain the budget, to defend the budget. And this is our goal today. MFF, Multi-Financial Framework. This is what we are working now to try to don't give the problem after Brexit decision. The agriculture, the European agriculture does not to pay because of the Brexit. So this is an important argument that we use as a parliament to push our member state to increase the budget of the European Union, because we don't understand why the farmers have to pay for the Brexit.
After Malavolti's report, the Assembly moved on to vote on the renewal of some of the Federation's officers. Work then continued with a roundtable discussion on the issue, a new agricultural mechanization agenda, economic analysis policy proposal. Taking part were Francesco Maringon from the University of Udine Agriculture Economy Faculty and Andrea Segre from the University of Bologna Agriculture Economy Faculty.
At European and national level, the institutions have a specific and fundamental role in order to sustain agricultural farming, agricultural sector also nowadays. In fact, not only in the past when we needed the subsidies for an agricultural growing, for producing food and management of farming in an economic equilibrium. Nowadays and in the future we need a new approach to sustainability from different levels, from economic, environmental and social level of farming at European and national level. This is modernization of agriculture that needs a support from agricultural policy, not only at national but previously more and more at a European level. Sustainability is a dimension that actual societies needs, and also that European policies, starting from common agricultural policies, focus as a specific goal for the future of our agriculture. Again, I have to underline the need of a sustainability in the so-called triple bottom line, that it means not only environmental sustainability, attention to nature and environment, but also economic sustainability. That means the capability of farmers to have a good income for their families and their daily jobs.
Food innovation, as we say usually, smart agriculture and smart food is a very important tool for farmers and for promoting the income of agricultural entrepreneurs and farms. Sustainability has usually three drivers: the economic one, the environmental one, the social one. The first one, the economic part, is fundamental. Without the sustainability from the point of view of income, of revenue, is impossible to have farms and farmers. Education is very important from both sides. First of all, farmers that are already employed, we need to update them with new information. So it's a continuous education. On the other side, of course, universities should be smart as well, in order to have education for new agronomists, farmers, and also engineers that are able to produce innovation and to apply this innovation to farms.